Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business and your business is our business. Happy President's Day.
And to you too.
Yes.
And to you too. The roads weren't so bad coming in, right?
As long as you drive slow and smart.
Just the traffic in the mountains, though.
Yeah.
That's hideous.
It is.
We need helicopters. We need more helicopters going to.
We're still looking for those hoverboards from Back to the Future.
Or just, some like fabulous train ski system, like public ski train system.
You could invent it?
No.
You know what you could do? If you were, I don't know, like a soap company.
If I were a soap company?
Well, if you owned like a soap company.
What about me would be a soap company?
Do you remember the commercials by Unilever?
Oh, washing like all your 2,000 parts.
Your 2,000 parts, right?
2,000 parts, yeah.
You could solve most of the world's problems.
But with soap?
No. By creating something that the world loves. Like ice cream.
Unilever doesn't create ice cream.
Unilever owns Ben & Jerry's.
That's really cool, but they don't create it.
Well, they don't create it.
Then hopefully they don't manufacture it in the same places they manufacture the soap.
Let's do a trivia off.
A trivia off?
Yes.
All right. So
I just gave you this. I think Unilever, I know Unilever owns Ben & Jerry's.
Okay.
Most people wouldn't know that. What do you got?
Walmart averages a profit of $1.8 million every hour.
A profit?
A profit, $1.8
almost $2 million?
Every hour.
I want to be like Walmart.
You could be the Walmart.
Right. Do you know what Yahoo stands for? It's an acronym.
That's like that AFWAC thing. It was an acronym too. Huh?
It is?
All right. What's Yahoo?
You don't know?
No.
Oh, it's yet another hierarchical officious oracle.
Excuse me?
Yet another hierarchical officious oracle.
What syllables is that? You didn't even have to carve that out. Let's stick with Yahoo.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
Right.
Starbucks round tables, the round tables inside Starbucks, they were created specifically so customers would feel less alone.
That's
sort of square.
Yeah, because the square, there's 3 seats unused, but round, that's my table. That makes sense.
Our table.
Less
alone.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I meant to say our table.
Yeah.
Speaking about 2 completely different entities that sometimes get along,
right.
Like us.
Oh, like who are we talking about? You and me?
Did you know that Apple's iPad Retina display is manufactured by Samsung?
No.
Right.
That's kind of funny.
We'll sue you for everything except for this, and we'd like to sell this to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Dasani water.
Yeah.
It's just purified tap water. It does not come from a natural Dasani spring.
It doesn't?
Nope.
Oh. Did you know that? What is it? Evian?
Yeah.
Is Naive spelled backwards?
No,
please
don't tell me that.
Evian water.
I like the little Evian spray.
Right, yeah, of course. Get your spritz for $1.50 a gallon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I've got my son hanging out with me these days.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get him. I saw at IKEA. I saw a really cool chaise sofa that converts into a bed, and you kind of slide the bottom part out, and it converts into a bed. And he's sleeping on the floor right now, so I thought I would get that for him.
Aw, what a nice guy.
Right?
Did you know that 1 in 10 Europeans are conceived on an IKEA bed?
What?
Yeah. So
what?
In Europe, 1 out of 10 babies.
You know what? That's it. I'm going to American Furniture Warehouse.
Oh, no,
I do not want any European babies.
Get the IKEA bed.
I don't want any European babies.
Sure you do.
Holy cow.
They'll come out speaking French.
Let's see. Did you know that the Marvel Comics, the ones that make all those cool movies, they once owned the rights to the word zombie?
How did you get the rights to the word zombie? It took us forever to get the rights to the word fan bragging.
Right. I don't know.
All right. How about this? We're all talking about logos and brands and creating, something that resonates with people as soon as they see it. The Coca-Cola logo is recognized by 94% of the world's population.
Wow.
Everybody knows the
The
Coca-Cola.
Botswanese?
They know the Coca-Cola.
Wow.
Everybody knows it's the friendly drink.
I had no idea.
Right?
Well, talking about famous brands, you know Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
Huge out here.
Yeah.
Massive flop in Mexico. The Mexicans are confused by the Americanization of their traditional cuisine.
I mean, that's not really Mexican thing?
I don't think it is.
It must not be.
Whoops.
Oh.
If that's what you thought.
All right. How about this? Adding a /4 to the end of Facebook's URL. So facebook.com /4,
Yeah.
the number 4,
Yeah.
will take you directly to Mark Zuckerberg's profile.
Wow.
Yeah. And do you know why? Most Facebook is mostly in blues?
No way.
Because Mark Zuckerberg is red-green colorblind.
He's colorblind?
Yeah. Red, just the red-green. So.
Well, that's pretty much colorblind.
Well, not to blue. Can he not recognize the Coca-Cola logo? Is he one of the 6%?
He's one of the
That
6.
can't recognize the.
No, he can still read.
Oh.
All right, and finally, did you know that Google, you know the company called Google,
Is that an acronym
the
too?
Google?
No, it's for.
But it was originally called Backrub,
Really, Backrub.
and somebody decided that's probably not the best name for a search engine.
Yeah, probably brought up some other things.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. That was our little trivia off. We have a fantastic show for you, and it is President's Day. So when we come back, we're going to talk to the expert about what makes this day so important. We'll be back after these messages. You on video, fluffing your hair. Why? Because I can't turn it off.
The colorblind people can still see things, right?
Sure.
They just don't see them in that color.
Correct. It's all shades of gray. Shades of gray.
Sage of Gray.
There's 50 of them.
Did you go see it?
You see the Coca-Cola logo.
Did you see the
movie?
The movie?
I heard it was.
But it hit box
I don't think
office
they watch it for the dialogue.
history.
You don't read that magazine for the articles, do you, Charlie? Maybe it's you. Angel's head looks toasty. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to.
Hahn? Is his last name Hahn?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I know you said that.
I have to get this cam first to reconnect it to my Google. It's not, so I can't turn it off. Google Hangouts should have a switch the video feed for a still photo. One minute. Thank you, sir. Oh. And the sound is still on. did.
.org, because keeping the republic is so crucial to this country.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
I did not chop down that cherry tree. That's my George Washington impression.
Oh, and that is it?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny when you think about what we know about our presidents. A lot of it comes from movies and kind of the dramatized features. But it is President's Day, and for our kids, they're home from school. Some of us, we have a day off, and we think of it as this holiday. But do we really know what it is that we're celebrating? Gil Hahn, an attorney, historian, and author, is here today to help us dig a little deeper into the truth behind President's Day. Gilbert Hahn, welcome to the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Hello, I'm delighted to be with you.
Gil, very nice to have you along with us. Hey, did George Washington really chop down a cherry tree?
We understand not.
I knew it.
Not?
I knew it.
Parson Weems made up that story.
Yeah.
It's meant like many of our entertainments. It's meant to illustrate something he believed about the president, but it's not literally true.
I wish people would illustrate something about me. But in the meantime, let's talk about historical illiteracy and what's really happening to our national heritage.
Well, there are a couple of things. The national heritage is, of course, our history, and I think people are not as versed in that as they might be. On the other hand, people have a good sense of what their liberties are, and even if they are not fully aware of how they're founded or how they were developed. But one thing that I find personally distressing is sort of the liberty, the power of the vote. People don't use that to the way they do to express themselves, to express their satisfaction or dissatisfaction with the sort of governing they're getting from their elected officials.
All right. And there's we could probably talk for hours on just this subject right here. But let's talk about today, Gil. For the average American, day off or working today, what do you think should be their takeaway about President's Day?
I think they should recognize the group of very gifted, very capable men who have been president of this country through the years. They've all been men to this point, but that's certain to change eventually. We lionize some and we ridicule others, but there's no question about it that political aspirations, they've risen to the top of the heap. We think about them in terms of their character. We also think about them in terms of the circumstances under which they governed, either of which can create very, very different images, impressions, and historical memories. For example, we think very highly these days of Thomas Jefferson, but the fact of the matter is that when he left office at the end of his second term, he was one of the most reviled people in the country.
So how long will it take, on average, for a history it tends to kind of massage itself out, in the telling of the stories. How long on average does it take for a reviled president to be revered?
Well, I think it probably took about 10 years for Jefferson. It's going to take longer for Richard Nixon.
W is still waiting also.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Give us, this is a fun conversation. Give us some common misconceptions about those that we celebrate.
Well, if we were to talk about, let's see, George Washington was a reluctant president. He served because it was the right thing to do, and people expected it of him. I think he was probably eager to leave the job when his second term was finally up. Abraham Lincoln is one on whom I focus the great deal because of my book, but he was a rather unknown politician. He had some small national reputation, but outside of Illinois, he had served only one term as a congressman from Illinois. He had famously run against Stephen Douglas for Senate, but in Illinois in 1858. But what people I don't think realize is that the gift of that office was determined by the legislature in those days. People didn't elect their senators directly.
All right, so Gil, I know we watch movies and we see these television dramas, and we know that it's not, it's a movie. It's not always true story, but it's based on, some true facts and elements. How is it? I mean, even though we know it's not true, but we take those elements from the movie, like the cherry tree and things like that, and now we walk around as if they are the actual facts. How is that impacting how we're viewing these holidays in our history?
Well, it really depends upon the movie and the entertainment. Some of them attempt to be quite faithful to the historical record. Lincoln is the movie is one that comes to mind, but even there are events dramatized that speak of events for which the historical record is really don't know what's going on there. On the other hand, at the other end of the spectrum, you have books like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I saw that movie. That was amazing.
Take those with a grain of salt.
What? I know. I was just you felt me coming there because I was going. I know. I saw that movie.
And we know we saw that movie. Gil, what else do you want our listeners to know today as we celebrate President's Day?
Well, that they should take their rights very seriously. That those rights include the right to select their elected officials. That just the same way that they might take a historical entertainment with a grain of salt, because the author, the screenwriter, is trying to create an emotional whole and will not necessarily take the literal, set forth the literal truth. So often, also, I think they need to regard their elected officials with that same grain of skepticism.
Our guest has been Gilbert Hahn. He is the author of 404 America in 1860. Gil, where do our listeners get a copy of your book?
They can find it on Amazon.com, either electronic or paperback form.
404 America in 1860. That's Gil Hahn. Gil, yes or no? Final question. Is there hope for the next election cycle?
Absolutely.
I love it. Thank you so very much. We sure appreciate you calling in. Folks, don't go anywhere. We come back. More positive business talk on President's Day. This is Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Business by the pool? You betcha. The Experience Pros radio show is going to be broadcasting live from Cancun, Mexico in April, and we'll be hosting Experience Pros University. We could use a few folks to interview on the radio, so come with us. It's a tax-deductible business trip. Book your sun-filled seminar today by calling Highlands Ranch Travel at 303-791. We're staying at the Dream Sands Resort and Spa for a full week for only $1,700 a person. We leave April 25th, and only $150 reserves your place. So call and book your trip now. 303-791-2311.
Random online searching is one way to find a good company, but an even better way is to choose the companies that are listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory. This elite list of companies have one thing in common. They offer extreme customer service. Their customers are bragging about them, and that's what sets them apart. Trust the companies listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory to take care of you. Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. experiencepros.com/directory.
At highway speeds, the average text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. That's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Stop texts, stopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Haystack Help Radio can now be heard at noon weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love.
It is cold today.
It is cold today, and I think you should send me to timeout
In
to
Cancun.
the beach until my attitude changes.
That's the answer, right? I mean, on days like this, why not have somebody in your back pocket, per se, somebody who can send you to time out where the sand is hot, the water is cool, and the drinks flow forever.
We are going to the Dreams Sands Resort in Cancun, Mexico, April 25th through May 2nd. Highlands Ranch Travel put together an incredible package for us. You can contact them at 303-791-2311. You can also find them online if you want to check out some of the other destinations. They do specialty travel. They do destination travel. Fun, corporate, all of that.
Who doesn't love like Disney, right?
Right. And they specialize in these items. This is the nice thing about working with a professional and a travel agent. Of course, you can go online and, search out destinations, price war, flights and hotels and things like that. But when you work with a travel agent, this is kind of how this worked for us and has worked many times. I used Highlands Ranch Travel when my family went to Europe in 2007.
Yeah.
You go in, you talk about, these are the things I want to do.
Right.
This is when I want to go. And this is kind of the budget I want to stay in. And then they, in their little magic way, get to, pull out from their archives, their vendors, their experience, all the little special perks that they get because they're a travel agent.
Right.
And put together, sometimes like behind the scenes things you would never even think of, specialty places that, only they know about, you didn't even know about unless you've known somebody else that has done it.
Yeah.
So our friends over at Highlands Ranch Travel, we actually grabbed them on the phone.
Right. One of the chief magicians.
They are chief magicians in travel, creating magic for your next destination. Terrell, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Terrell, we're doing fantastic, and we are on the countdown to Cancun.
Absolutely. And with today's weather, Cancun sounds really good.
Right?
Yeah. Do you know what the weather is down there today? Do you have any idea?
It's sunny and 75.
Sunny and 75.
Take it.
Right?
Take it.
All right. So, Terrell, let's first start with an overview of this Cancun trip. And are there still seats available?
You can give us a call. We'll try.
You'll try. Okay.
Yeah. Our block space is used up. But
right.
We can always
we can try
to sneak somebody in if they want to go.
No, but nobody's a better magician than you. I know that. So tell us what's happening in Cancun.
Oh, the sun is shining. You have lounges. You have a swim-up bar. You have the waves, the water, and the sunshine. And it's all-inclusive, including your air, your transfers to the hotel, and then once you're at the hotel, your meals and beverages, including your favorite adult beverages.
All of them.
All of them, and it's all included. Highlands Ranch Travel, 303-791-2311. Do we have any other destinations we want to talk about today?
Well, not particularly a destination, but a way to travel.
Oh.
What I want to talk to you today about is adventure travel. What if we sent you to Ireland and you got to not only walk the trails of the Irish whiskey paths, but bike and raft while you're there?
Can I have bangers and mash?
Absolutely.
Right.
You can drink a pint, bangers and mash, traditional music in the pub, and then you get to walk back to your little hotel.
I love this.
Well, we're doing lots of activity-oriented travel where there's lots of bike tours where you have the backup van that moves your luggage in between locations, and you ride a bike down the quiet back roads of Europe or Ireland, even some in the United States and Scandinavia, and you arrive at your hotel, your bags are there, and it's time for a wonderful meal and some chatting about what all you saw and ready for the next day.
You know, when you think about these adventure trips and, you know, it's not so much, okay, I'm going to go here and kind of figure it out once we get there, but you actually know that you're going to have this amazing one-of-a-kind trip of a lifetime experience.
Right.
And I think that anticipation of getting that all together and knowing where you're going and what you're going to see, that's like almost half as much as fun as the trip.
Oh, exactly. We're working with a client now who wants to ride his bike from Maine to Boston in the fall colors, and we're helping him find. We've got a vendor we're working with that has access to all the little B&Bs. He gets to figure out how long he wants to ride each day, and when he gets to the B&B, his bags will have been picked up and moved for him. So he's all covered and he can do his bike ride.
This is perfect. Highlands Ranch Travel, obviously located in Highlands Ranch. Give us the details, if you will, please, Terrell.
We are at 541 West Highlands Ranch Parkway.
And that phone number that people can call?
303. Oh, see, now I've
791.
3791-2311.
I got you. I always get you covered.
I don't call it.
Yeah, right. 303-791-2311. Again, 303-791-2311. And you can find them online at hrtvl.com. That stands for highlandsranchtravel.com. Love you guys. Love that you're sending our people all over the world and right here locally as well. You guys still do less than adventure travel, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially for you. We do the sit by the beach and have your favorite adult beverage delivered.
I love it. All right. Well,
less than adventure travel.
This is more my style, you know.
You know, it's sometimes you just need to get away and just relax. But, you know, for family, you know, those family memories that you're going to create, those memories last a lifetime. And you can create that experience that, I know, it's just unique and one of a kind, and Highlands Ranch Travel can help you do that. They do honeymoon travel, specialty travel, all of it. One-stop shop at Highlands Ranch Travel. We're so grateful that they sponsored our Mexico trip to Cancun this year, and just love working with you, Terrell. Thanks for the call.
Well, it's good to talk to you guys, and stay warm.
We'll do our very, very best. All right, folks, when we come back, one of our all-time heroes is in the studio. We're going to chat with him coming up next. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff it up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Highlands Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Highlands Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at HighlandsDesigns.com.
We've unlocked the secret to helping you get online reviews, and it's by signing up for the Fan Bragging Contest. You only have until February 27th to get all the 5-star reviews you could ever want. Check this out. Our friends at All Stitched and Glitzed Out received 60 positive reviews in just 3 weeks. The Connecting Experts received over 87, and whoa, Printing Done Quickly has over 120 positive reviews. How many do you need? How many do you want? Sign up today at experiencepros.com/contest.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
You need more customers, and you need to keep the ones you already have. List That Save My Business is your answer to gaining and retaining clients without cold calling or chasing cold leads. Do business with people who like you and who already trust you. List That Save My Business is the book with easy-to-use checklists to bring more of the right customers into your sales process. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business from Amazon.com. These lists will save your business. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business today and grow your business the Experience Pros way.
Want to influence the kids in your community? Be a coach, a mentor, a volunteer, because you have something to offer. Log on to helpyourcommunity.org and help kids stay off drugs. Brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Ad Council.
Ken Clark, Freedom 560, this afternoon at 1 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
You got me running, going out of my mind. You got me thinking that I'm wasting my time, throwing me down.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Thanks for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. I teed it up. I said one of our all-time heroes is in the studio. And correct me if I'm wrong, that's an accurate description.
Absolutely. He has been a champion for our business, Bruce Speegle with SG Associates. He is a merchant champion because he educates his clients not only on how the industry works, but they're going to save you tons of money. And it's the best solution for taking credit cards. Bruce, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Thanks for having me. And let me start off by congratulating you on your 2014 Innovative Business of the Year given out by Highlands Ranch. That's fantastic.
Thank you very much.
You are great promoters of business. And we're honored to be working with you.
Takes one to know one, and we are looking at you for the same thing. Let's talk dollars and cents because we found that common sense is not so common in the industry of merchant services. So what, first of all, SG Associates, merchant services, yes?
Yes, and every conceivable payment card solution that you can think of.
All right.
However a credit card is taken, we're your solution.
Diner's card.
It doesn't matter what kind of credit card or how it's taken, whether it's a keyed-in transaction online through an e-commerce friendly site, or it's a retail location where the card is actually swiped.
So small business all the way up to the big boys.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. Well, these days, I mean, we use credit cards for everything. It just seems so much easier to carry a credit card. Nobody wants to write checks anymore. We're all taking credit cards, but we're hearing time and time again, Bruce, major corporations being kind of, the security is being breached with our credit card information. It's getting scarier and scarier to use our credit cards in public.
Absolutely. And what you're referring to is it's called PCI compliancy. And really, what does it mean, and what does it mean to a small to medium merchant? And just so you know, so it's not a lot of big merchants we're talking about.
So what is this PCI compliancy that you speak of?
Well, what it really boils down to is that any merchant that takes credit cards is required to secure that data or be partnered with a third-party partner such as a payment gateway or virtual terminal or your online e-commerce site or your credit card terminals or anything.
Okay, so Bruce, was Target, was Home Depot, Anthem, were they PCI compliant?
I'm not privy to their exact compliancy status, but my guess is yes, they were. But it's like everything else, and that's going to lead us into another discussion that we have about chip cards. Even though you might be PCI compliant, in this day and age, everyone's getting hacked. The Department of Defense just recently had a large hack. And when you've got these foreign entities out there that all they're doing is dedicating their time to trying to get in any way that they possibly can. For example, Target was not breached through their credit card information. They were breached through a back door, which ended up being a maintenance contract through a third-party company that provided maintenance to their stores.
So does SG Associates, you protect my back door?
That's an interesting way to put it, but yes, we do, and you protect your own back door.
I don't know that Eric's back door is protected.
No, it's
How do we know? I mean, these are if these are people that are full time, their job is to sneak in and get in any way they can. For a small business owner, I think we just kind of assume it's all going to be taken care of.
Right. The most important thing here is limiting your liability. That's really the most important thing. There is a chance that you could be hacked, or that the people that we have put you with, your payment gateway company, could be hacked. The good news is, because we are making sure that you're not storing credit card data, and that if you are, it's encrypted data according to PCI standards, that if you were to get hacked or the third-party company were to be hacked, you would be protected. Now, the important thing to understand is the minimum fine for a breach is $50,000. So for many small businesses, that would simply put you out of
shut you down right now.
That's correct. And thus, a company like Target paid hundreds of millions of dollars in fines, in addition to having to contact all of these individuals whose information was stolen. Because you have to hire a third-party company to do that. It's not that Target can just send out an email saying, hey, your information was hacked. So you have to be partnered with merchant service providers, such as us, that make sure that you are protected in every conceivable way, and the liability is limited.
Is there such a thing as a merchant service provider who is not protected?
I think it boils down to how involved the provider is with the merchant. Many providers will say, fill out this questionnaire, don't store credit card data, and that's all they say. But we take it a step further. We make sure that your questionnaire was filled out properly. We counsel you and make sure that you are not storing credit card data. Most importantly, we put you with companies that are absolutely compliant, so that if there's a breach, your liability is limited.
So important.
And these days, as a consumer, we're trying to be so smart about online, making sure that it's a secured site, that we're, I think as a merchant provider, having it go online means it's encrypted and we're not storing the data. But as a consumer, I sometimes feel like that's riskier to put it online.
It can be. And banks are getting smarter and smarter with these breaches, because ultimately they're liable for all of these hacks, and they're liable for all of the losses. So, for example, I happen to bank with Chase. And when the Target breach occurred, we had shopped at Target. And so before that breach even before our credit card data could even be used, they issued a new card.
Right.
Which
They're on
basically
it.
froze the old card. Exactly. So they're just trying to limit their liability. And then, of course, the new technology that's coming out, the chip card technology, and we'll talk about that here shortly, that will also help eliminate, not 100%, but eliminate a lot of fraud that's taken place in the United States and around the world.
Let's talk about this smart chip technology.
yeah,
It's coming in. So all of our credit cards are going to have a smart chip?
That's correct. And these chips, right now, all the cards that are issued with smart chips also have mag stripes. Now, let's talk a little bit about mag stripes, because mag stripes store static data.
That's the stuff I got on the back of all my cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as long as technology's been around, and the longer that it's around, there are going to be companies, unfortunately, out there and individuals who try to find a way to get into that information and steal that information and use it.
Yeah, and there's technology out there that allows them to do that. Kind of way too easy.
One of the big scams 2 or 3 years ago was the chip or the mag stripe readers in gas station self-service pumps.
Right. Yeah.
There were little cards that they inserted.
I always inspect now.
Exactly. Plus, there's also handheld readers that basically can walk by and scan a credit card and steal the
without even coming close to it.
Exactly.
Now,
so
that's the mag strip that's at risk there?
That's correct.
Okay.
So the smart chip technology, or EMV,
yes.
and it stands for, and I love these names they come up with, but EuroPay, MasterCard, Visa. And I believe they came up with that term because it started in Europe.
Yep.
That's where it was first implemented. And then it moved to Canada, and it's to be implemented by October 2015 globally or across the United States. That's not going to be a firm date because surely the number of merchants that we have in the United States.
Sure.
So what it boils down to is it's going to secure your data a great deal. It's going to make it much more difficult for you to get that data. It's going to require that the transaction be processed through the chip, and either a signature or a 4-digit revolving PIN be used, depending on. The most important thing is that all the transactions in person will have to be done in front of the customer.
Wow.
So even at a restaurant. So now you put your credit card in a little padded envelope, hand it to them, they take it back and they bring it back, and you put your tip on there. And
not so much anymore.
Not anymore. As soon as it becomes live across the United States, and restaurants aren't ready for this technology.
Sure.
But those transactions will have to take place in front of the consumer.
How interesting.
Chili's, for example, has that technology right there in front of at every table.
Wow.
I still go places, Bruce, where they still have that knuckle cruncher.
Buster,
yeah, and
it's a scary thing. That obviously is not encrypted.
It's like
data.
a small, it's a small little place.
Well, and think about restaurants. You actually hand your card and they take it away.
Right.
Now, I will tell you 99.9% of the people that work at restaurants are extremely honest and would never do anything with that data. But there are cases where they do write down the credit card number. They do have the expiration date. They do have the 3-digit security code, and your whole life is gone.
Yeah, they've got everything right there. And there's technology, and they're unfortunately, they're just mean, bad people. Why should our listeners choose SG Associates for their merchant services?
Most importantly is we educate our merchants. We take great pride in partnering with processors and third-party partners that allow us to work for our merchants. We do not, although we have to follow stringent rules and regulations by processors and third-party partners, we have the flexibility to price our clients the way we feel they should be priced. So we only offer the most aggressive pricing in the market, the best solutions. We never sell a product to a merchant that they don't need.
Right.
We never lease equipment. That's the biggest ripoff in our industry. We only sell equipment at our cost. If that equipment breaks, we replace it free of charge. Simple as that.
You really are the good guys in the industry, I think. And we chose you years and years ago, and have never looked back. It's just been the
and we chose you, Bruce, because of a referral. Your customers rave about you, love you, love you.
We appreciate that. And I sat down before the end of last year and really looked at our entire portfolio. How can we make things better? And what I learned is that 95% of our customers were gained by referrals from existing customers, which tells me one thing. Our customers are our best salespeople. They like what we're doing for them. They appreciate the honesty. They appreciate the integrity. They appreciate the education. And every chance we can, and I've got many clients that in 2014 where I actually moved processors for them because I could save them additional funds.
You did that for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that almost never happens. Yeah. And so we just try to bring as much integrity into this industry. And most importantly, there is not a merchant out there that hasn't had a bad experience with a provider.
Sure.
And so hopefully when we step in, it's the best experience you've ever had, and it's the last experience you'll ever have to make.
I love it. Give some contact information, please, because there are merchant vendors all over the place listening to you right now.
You bet. You can reach us via my cell at 303-324-4430 or via our 800 number at 455-5211.
Do that one more time. 800.
1-800-455-5211.
Okay. Fantastic. Love everything about SG and Associates. You guys you're just amazing.
Well, we appreciate you and very honored to have you as clients.
Oh, well, it's a two-way street. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk and a little update on, we're running a contest. Fan Braggin contest results coming up next.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you are doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's cover your assets. 303-322-7919. 303-322-7919.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals. And if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out. And if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
With world-class customer service, BizCard Express in Centennial is a full-service printing company specializing in signs, banners, and promotional items that make your business stand out. Graphic design services right on site make it easy to see your product before it ever goes to print. No surprises. Call today, 303-771-2244, or visit them online at printandpromos4biz.com. Guaranteed to meet or beat the price of any local printer. You can't go wrong with BizCard Express in Centennial. Call today, 303-771-2244.
There's only one place on the dial for you to share your stories of great customer service, and that's Fan Braggin Friday on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Every Friday, the phone lines are open for you to call and tell the world who's getting it right in business. Call 855-FAN-BRAG and change the way people treat people in business. You can post your stories every day on the Experience Pros Facebook page and call in on Fridays for Fan Braggin Friday at 855-326-2724, 855-FAN-BRAG. Tell Eric and Angel and then tell the world about Fan Braggin Friday.
I love winter in Colorado, but sometimes my house gets cold. No heat is no fun. That's why Energy Outreach Colorado is so important. Last year, they gave $10 million to families like mine. For 25 years, they've warmed Colorado hearts and homes. Go to www.energyoutreach.org/warmth and give much needed heat. Sponsored by Energy Outreach Colorado and aired in cooperation with the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
John Rush, during the afternoon rush. Today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. We are on fire. Contest is heating up.
The fan bragging contest where you can get all the online positive reviews you could ever want. Seriously. We had no idea how involved folks would get in the fan bragging contest when we started. We were hoping they would.
Right.
But you know what you always want and what people are willing to do. You just don't know until you try it. And the fan bragging contest kicked off. We have less than, actually, what is today?
Well,
okay, it's President's Day.
President's Day,
so
right.
less than 2 weeks. We're in the final 2 weeks.
10 days.
The contest
10
ends
business
on
days.
February 27th to get your fan brags and your online positive reviews. And we're discovering that when you tell your fans that you're participating in a contest, tell your customers you'd like their review to help you win the best of in your category, they show up, and they show up in a big way.
They really, really do. So I was out hanging out with a friend over at the Urban Egg in Highlands Ranch, and that's the same parking lot as our friend Dennis Giroux and Printing Done Quickly. And as I was walking across just to my car on a Saturday, I hear Dennis say, Eric, come on over. And sure enough, they were already closed, but I went in and I just kind of chatted with Dennis, and he says, I got to show you this. 137 fan brags.
Holy cow.
Right?
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You know, you think, okay, it'd be nice to have like 5, right? You know,
Well-
just a couple where people can go and see the experience and read about how happy my customers are for me.
Most small businesses don't even have those 5. And if you do them on any other review site other than the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory, you're likely to have somebody whose sour grapes spills over, right? Because you can give a fan complaint.
And people do.
Right.
And people do. And
Not on our site.
And so the value of an online review is key to growing your business, that word of mouth marketing. A lot of times people, they're really naive. They say, oh, nobody looks me up online. Nobody goes to my website. It's all word of mouth. You don't think that, okay, so I heard about you, and I'm going to do my due diligence and just check you out, maybe check out your LinkedIn profile, check out your Facebook page, your business page, your website, because we can do it from our phone.
Right.
Hello, I can check you out right here. And those reviews, everybody's checking out reviews. They're becoming more and more required before you shop. And here's why. My husband had an experience. This was several years ago where he went to a dentist that sent us a coupon or a little mailer at our house.
Right.
And he was going to get, the free little Sonic toothbrush if he went.
Oh, sure.
And he was
Yeah.
in the market for a toothbrush. He's like, look, 2 birds with 1 stone. Went to this dentist, local, very close to our home. Seemed like a great idea, right? It was an awful experience from get-go. The people that run the office, it was an awful experience. And he tried to complain and say, look, this has been an awful experience. Well, it just went from bad to worse.
Oh.
Well, he went online to leave a review. He's like, okay, they're not listening to me. I'm going to go and leave a review. Turns out he wasn't the first one with this bad experience. The web was filled with negative testimonials for this company. Now, how stupid do you feel?
Right. If you're the only one who didn't know.
You didn't know. You didn't look. And so these days, everybody's looking.
I'll bet you he doesn't ever choose another dentist.
Or anything.
Or anything.
Anything. Everything we do. We had an experience just recently with my son and seemed like, okay, this seems really great. Let's just do a quick little review on the web and see what we find. We've dodged a big doozy by reading the reviews.
We talked at the start of the hour about the fact that my son is hanging out with me for a couple of months, and I was going to go get one of those little sofa sleepers for my front room. And what was I doing yesterday? Going through the reviews.
And how often have you picked on somebody, you're trying to choose between company A and company B, product A, product B, person A, person B, and you go online and you read the good stuff, even if it's just even a book. I want to know. When I'm on Amazon, I'm looking at a product. What are other people? What's everybody else's experience about this? Those positive reviews, I'm already thinking about it, and I just need to see a couple that say, yeah, you liked it, and this was worthwhile to use and to buy, and I will. I'm like, oh, I was already thinking about it. I found some people who liked it. I trust that. They're customers. I'm buying today, immediately.
There you go. The Fan Bragging Contest can accomplish all of that for you with a very simple link to say, hey, I'm trying to compete for the best in my category in the state of Colorado based on the Fan Bragging Contest. Would you please vote for me? They click the link, they click Add Fan Brag, and it's done. And it really is a game changer. In our next hour, we're going to meet another gentleman who's got 15 Fan Brags in the last couple of weeks. And that is a game changer in his industry. And you're going to have that same opportunity, but you've got to sign up now because there are 10 business days left before we wrap up the contest. Now, in those 10 days, you can accomplish hundreds of Fan Brags. You really can. People, if you've got a database and people that trust you, they will come out and they will vote for you. But you got to sign up. It is free. There's no strings attached. We're not going to email your voter friends and sell them anything. That's not how we roll here at the Experience Pros Radio Show. But you got to go to experiencepros.com and sign up for the contest.
We're here to help.
That's
We
right.
created this review site just for you to help you grow your business and get those online testimonials from your customers. Positive reviews always. 4- and 5-star reviews. It becomes Google food for your business. Experiencepros.com. You can go to just the webpage, click on sign up, or you can go directly to the contest page, experiencepros.com/contest. While you're there, say something nice about somebody else in business and leave a fan brag. Don't just ask for fan brags, get fan brags too.
That's exactly right. Did you know that Amazon's employees spend 2 days every 2 years working at the customer service desk, even the CEO, in order to help all the workers understand the customer service process over at Amazon?
Oh, so everybody kind of gets that whole experience.
You got to do
Doesn't
your,
matter what.
refresher course
Yes.
at the
To
customer
remind
service.
you, we're here for the customer.
Absolutely. And so, if you think about that, that kind of a refresher course on customer service culture, how can you create that kind of a culture in your small business as well?
All right. Well, speaking of Amazon, did you know that it also owns Zappos? Have you ever ordered anything from Zappos?
I know that you have.
I
have
love the
not.
emails that you get along the way after you placed an order or when you're.
I feel like we're so tickled pink that you.
And and like it's better than ice cream. I don't know. It's just happy little phrases that make you feel good about shopping with them. Did you also know that everything you say to Siri is sent to Apple? It's analyzed and stored.
Oh man.
You be nice to her. Better be nice to her.
Her first. She has to be nice to me.
No.
Most times I give one word commands to Siri.
Is that how? Do you just grunt?
Traffic.
Yeah. You're really big into the words.
Well.
Well, that's your word? Well, one word. You either get it or you don't.
Well, let me see if I can come up with some other words. We have to take a quick station ID here at the top of the hour, but the good news is we've got an entire other hour, one more, to offer you with nothing but extreme customer service and the best in business. So please don't go anywhere. And while you're at it, turn up the volume. Remember to do business with the people who do business with the pros. Enough words for you?
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tutsey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Haystack Help Radio can now be heard at noon weekdays on KLZ 560.
Hi, I'm Ivan, and I'm a firefighter. One of the resources we use to notify you of a threat to life or property, such as wildfire, flood, or police action, is the Emergency Notification Service. You need to register your mobile or landline phone so we know what number to call. To find a link to your local service, go to 911colorado.org. That's 911colorado.org. This message is brought to you by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and your local station.
Hi, I'm Judith Light, and I'm here for my flu shot. Did you know there's an option for people 65 and older? Flu season is here, and people 65 and older need to ask about the vaccine made specifically for our age. Flu vaccination is especially important for people with chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, which can worsen with the flu. Visit the National Council on Aging at ncoa.org/flu to learn more and talk to your doctor about vaccine options for people 65 and older.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at KLZ560radio.com. KLZ 560, a Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Chris Barnes. When it comes to actual nation states, Americans once again see Russia as the country's greatest enemy. It's according to a just-released Gallup poll, which puts Russia ahead of North Korea, China, and Iran among America's top perceived enemies. 18% of Americans in the survey say they see Russia as the greatest threat to the U.S. compared to just 2% who did 2 years ago. This news coming as pro-Russian separatists break a ceasefire in Ukraine just 2 days after it begins. With more developments on the terrorism front, here's the Blaze Radio's Robin Walensky.
Developments about 2 terrorist attacks as President Obama this President's Day on a long holiday weekend, golfing on the West Coast in California. This as Egypt unleashes airstrikes on ISIS after the terrorists dressed all in black walked 21 men, Coptic Christians wearing orange jumpsuits, along a beach in Libya and beheading all of them. In Denmark, it's far from a lone wolf attack on the cafe and the synagogue in Copenhagen, as police round up 2 men believed to have helped the terrorist. Turns out he just got out of prison 2 weeks ago and reportedly was expressing extremist views while behind bars.
The final television report filed by a veteran newsman. Here's the Blaze Radio's Greg Moore.
CBS airing the final 60 Minutes segment that Bob Simon worked on until his death in a car crash. The story, a look at the fight against Ebola and a drug called ZMapp.
This is the front line in the war against Ebola in Canada's National Microbiology Lab on the desolate prairie in Manitoba.
Simon's final piece on 60 Minutes, produced by his daughter, Tanya. Simon spending much of his 47 years in broadcasting as a foreign correspondent for CBS, earning 27 Emmys, among a number of other honors.
This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
You've been listening to the Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560.
Grassroots Radio Colorado with Chris Cook. Tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. Thanks for taking time out of your day. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. People are living longer.
Longer than what?
Longer than usual.
Oh.
For instance, in Verbania, Italy, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. It's probably Verbania, Italy. There is a 115-year-old woman believed to be the Europe's oldest living person. And
115.
Right?
That's the oldest. I mean, people are living to 100 now.
In
you
Europe.
hear that.
Well, yeah, but 115. I mean,
115.
That's on borrowed time right there.
Every day is borrowed time, dear.
It's
So
true.
you better love the ones you love and don't take any day for granted. It's all borrowed time. But 115.
I love you.
After a while, oh,
I love you, Charlie.
how sweet are you?
Love you, Cher.
You kind of like. Do you think that you get to a space where you're like, okay, I
Yeah.
kind of did it.
Ready?
Do you think?
No, because you're hanging out and you get to see cool stuff like airplanes being invented, and then who knows what next.
All right. So does
iPhones.
she? We see things online. They interview people that have lived these long lives, and they
Yeah.
all have like, okay, this is what I attribute it to.
Oh yeah, so no, she's got a couple of things that she says absolutely this is why.
She doesn't eat a tablespoon of Vaseline every day, does she?
What?
The founder, the creator of Vaseline, apparently ate a tablespoon of Vaseline every day, consumed it.
Petroleum oil?
Right. You hear things like, the benefits of coconut oil or apple cider vinegar for longevity.
He did this.
You know what? It probably kept everything just running smooth.
Look at what it would do to you. I mean, look what it does to the outside of you if you put that on the.
All right. So no, it's not that.
No, this lady ate something organic.
Oh, apple cider vinegar.
No.
I don't know. What is, is it kale?
No.
Is she eating kale?
No, she is not.
Arugula.
No, but the kale stuff is that's.
It is. It's like weeds.
I'm struggling to get through the weeds of kale. No, she ate. What's this? Raw eggs.
Raw?
Sorry.
Eggs?
Raw eggs. Oh, like she's like Rocky.
Oh, so you put them in your. I remember when you could do that at Orange Julius. I don't think you can do that anymore. They say the raw. Are you okay?
I'm really struggling with the nastiness of all that stuff.
Well, it's because of the texture, huh?
I'm going to ask my next guest
it's like,
if there's something that we can, like normal that we can
the goo, right? And the phlegm. It's like adding extra phlegm down. I don't think I could swallow that.
Here's the real reason she stayed alive.
I did try at one point where you were supposed to do like olive oil and lemon juice. Like it was like a cleanse kind of thing. Even now when I smell olive oil, I want to retch a little bit.
Okay, so this is the real reason, though. All right. Her name is Emma Morano.
Okay.
And she says the secret to her long life was staying single after her first marriage ended in 1938. Quote, I didn't want to be dominated by anyone.
That tells you a little bit about her husband, don't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. They're not all like that,
He's
Emma.
gone.
You can fall in love again. It would be okay.
At 115?
You're never too old for love. Would you want to, staying single is fine. Like not being married, totally get that. But, being in love is, I would think, keeps you young at heart.
What's love got to do with it?
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Your IT investment is not just another line item in your budget. You need to think of IT as a profitable investment with a direct effect on your bottom line. C-Squared Computer Consulting offers 24/7 system monitoring and optimization, which means reliability, performance, and productivity. Call C-Squared Computer Consulting today to realize your IT investment's potential. 303-933-1113 or find C-Squared Computer Consulting at c2cc.net.
We've unlocked the secret to helping you get online reviews, and it's by signing up for the Fan Bragging Contest. You only have until February 27th to get all the 5-star reviews you could ever want. Check this out. Our friends at All Stitched and Glitzed Out received 60 positive reviews in just 3 weeks. The Connecting Experts received over 87, and whoa, Printing Done Quickly has over 120 positive reviews. How many do you need? How many do you want? Sign up today at experiencepros.com/contest.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude and be sure to always end your week with Fan Braggin' Friday. The Experienced Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune in to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
I'll never forget that moment.
Never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
It started with a phone call.
I got the text when I was at work.
My first call ever as a member of the National Guard. This was it, the real deal.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires, how they were getting dangerously close to homes.
It was amazing to be a part of this massive operation. Helicopters were going up with huge buckets to drop water on the fires.
Some of the guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
We went out in Humvees to help with the evacuations.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com. Discover what it means to be a citizen soldier, to serve locally as well as globally. Look into the benefits, including career skills and money for college. Take a moment. Go to NationalGuard.com today.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
The U.S. Postal Service wants to remind everyone this year to protect themselves from becoming victims of identity theft. Never give out passwords, PIN numbers, or account numbers. To learn more, visit www.consumer.gov/ncpw.
Haystack Help Radio can now be heard at noon weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Our next guest is a specialist in the ancient ways.
In the ancient ways.
Yes.
It's not so spooky. But do you ever wish you could just kind of drink from that spring of youth? Go back to, as we get older, I think we become wiser, but we kind of wish our body didn't age so quickly. So we brought in our guest expert today. He's been helping women feel better and look younger since 2006. Terry Fox is the owner and CEO of Artesian Spring Oriental Medicine in Fort Collins. Terry, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Terry, fantastic to have you here in the studio. And what is, we hear this phrase, traditional Chinese medicine. And of course, we know that here in the U.S., we have kind of jaded views because our country is like 200 and some odd years old instead of, eons. So what is traditional Chinese medicine?
Well, traditional Chinese medicine consists of 5 branches of techniques. You've got acupuncture. You've got Chinese herbal medicine.
Okay.
You've got massage therapy, Chinese dietetics, which is using food as your medicine, and then Chinese exercise, which is like Qigong exercise or Tai Chi or Kung Fu.
I love chai tea at Starbucks. That's fantastic.
Okay, so Terry, forgive me, but you don't appear to be Chinese to me.
No.
And yet you specialize.
Yes. I went to a trade school, the Colorado School of Traditional Chinese Medicine, right in Denver.
Nice.
Right off of Colfax, New York. It's a master's degree program.
Wow.
So you got to have your undergrad, and then you've got to go in, get another 3-4 years worth of schooling. I did it in 3. I don't recommend that.
A little bit of an overachiever. But you did it,
Yeah,
and
I did.
You've been trained and certified, and you are the expert. And you actually specialize in acupuncture, but a specific acupuncture, cosmetic acupuncture. What is that?
Cosmetic acupuncture, yes. Cosmetic acupuncture is a form of acupuncture that rejuvenates the body. And most people are kind of familiar with facial rejuvenation, where we're doing cosmetic acupuncture for the face. I also offer breast work, abdominal work, and buttock work, but those are a little less popular. Most people want to focus on the face.
Let's go down to the basic level for just a second, because I always thought that acupuncture was for pain and pain management. I understand that when you stick the needles in, and I've been a patient of yours.
Treated for specific
area
issues.
Right. How does it help the cosmetics side of things?
Well, with the cosmetic work, scientifically, what we're doing is we're creating micro traumas in the tissue.
Yes.
And then the body wants to go heal those up. So it increases circulation, it increases collagen and elastin production.
I understand those. That gets rid of wrinkles.
Yes.
Wow.
And it also tightens up the musculature.
All right.
So we're
okay.
lifting, tightening,
So do I do that?
up.
What, like on our forehead, our crow's feet area, maybe above our lip?
Yeah.
Does it give you that funny goose lip that?
No.
No.
No. The
that's
cool
Botox.
thing about this work is when you go get Botox or Dysport or Juvederm, people look at you and they can tell.
They can tell you.
Yeah. Botox.
I know exactly what you
got it.
Yes.
This stuff is subtle. People see the person, not the procedure. And so when they look at you, they're going to say, wow, you look really good today. Did you get a haircut? Did you lose some weight?
Sleep well?
Yeah, something that they can't quite put their finger on because it's you.
Who's that actress that just showed up on the scenes and she looked completely different? She was in the Jerry Maguire movie. But do you remember her?
Oh,
Renee
Zellweger.
Yeah.
Maybe she had that done. The cosmetic acupuncture, because she looked completely different.
No, I'm pretty sure she had a slice and dice.
Okay. All right.
So let's talk. Let's talk a little bit about this thing called what makes your cosmetic acupuncture different, than say your physical therapist doing what's called dry needling.
Okay. Well, when it comes to acupuncture versus dry needling, acupuncture is part of traditional Chinese medicine. So when you go get acupuncture and you see a licensed acupuncturist, you're probably also going to be exposed to herbs, massage, dietetics, all of those as a whole medicine.
Sure.
Dry needling is simply a technique, and it's a technique that acupuncturists can do, but there are a myriad of ways to needle somebody.
Yeah.
And dry needling is just one of those ways.
It's kind of like when people take like a part of an apple and say, okay, here's this part of the apple versus putting the whole apple in. Kind of.
You bet.
All right. Now you're in northern Colorado. You're in Fort Collins. Let's give some contact information here kind of midway through so people can get in touch with you. What's the best way for them to do that, Terry?
Well, people can certainly check out my website, which is www.artesianspring, O for Oriental, M for Medicine, so artesianspringom.com, or they can give me a call, 970-633-0199.
970-633-0199 is the number to call, and you really do get it. I've sat in on a treatment with you, and I'll tell you what, I wish I lived up in Fort Collins, because you know your stuff. You really do get that energy flowing.
Get that energy flowing.
It's true.
I know, no pun intended there. Okay, so you specialize in the cosmetic acupuncture, but you also specialize in all of the Chinese medicine. So if we're having pains, we're having struggles, you deal with that too.
You bet I do.
Nice.
You bet I do. I do what I call comprehensive traditional Chinese medicine, which means I offer the acupuncture, I offer massage, because I'm also a licensed massage therapist.
Of course you are.
And
you have it all.
Herbs. Yeah, well, I'm pretty much one-stop shopping.
Right.
And where are you located in Fort Collins?
In Fort Collins, my address is 3501 South Mason Street, unit number 4.
Okay.
And I'm in with Ann Rao and Fusion Health Center.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so you've been doing this since 2006. What's the secret to longevity in business for you, Terry?
For me, it's really treating people right and listening. I mean, when you go to a doctor's office, they've got about 7 minutes with you, and that's it. You got to tell them, they got to respond. That's it. You're done. They're out.
Right.
I spend an hour with my patients,
listening, responding, watching. I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, true one-on-one interaction, and it's person to person, genuine.
Terry, do you have a fun just story or example of something that somebody who came into you and was struggling with or wanted to see results in? And I know I'm putting you on the spot. He's like, that wasn't in my questions.
Well, I suppose I could tell you a little bit about the results that my wife got with the cosmetic acupuncture when I first started learning.
Okay.
My wife is extremely needle phobic, but when I learned, I was so excited. I was like, please let me me do some work. And she said, my face, no way.
Right.
But she said, well, my tummy, I'm not too happy with my tummy. So I said, okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. And she was gracious enough to let me practice.
Okay, so what did you do for her tummy?
Well, we put itty bitty little tiny needles. We don't even, with cosmetic acupuncture, we don't even get them all the way through the skin.
Now, this is not really painful.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And we did that for about an hour, twice a week. And for her, we only did 3 weeks. The true protocol is a 6-week protocol.
All right.
But so we did half the work, and she lost a pant size.
What?
Wow.
No change in diet, no exercise other than the needles. She lost a pant size.
The phone number again, 970-633-0199, 970-633-0199. If you're from North Glen, anywhere near that.
Yeah, go from Colorado Springs.
Up.
Yes.
Seriously. Wow. Terry Fox, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for being out there. And a proud member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You have 15 fan brags in the last couple of weeks, man. Very exciting to see what's going on.
We are too.
In your area there as well. Folks, don't forget to vote for Terry. You can do that on the fan bragging contest. You say, hey, I liked this this segment. Go vote for him. He's one of the good guys. Thanks again.
Thank you, guys.
You betcha. 970-633-0199 or artesianspringom.com.
The experienced pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Hi, this is Eric, and I want to talk to you about my friends over at McDonald Volvo. This family-owned business has been delivering extreme customer service for almost 50 years right here in our neighborhood. With upfront worry-free pricing and super personalized service, your best car buying experience is at McDonald Volvo. General Manager Will Roughton is a great friend, and he wants to meet you personally. Call him at 303-738-4803. That's 303-738-4803, and tell him the pros sent you.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out extremerelationshipmanagement.com for their next event, extremerelationshipmanagement.com.
The doctor called and you could use a little more vitamin C. I'm talking ocean, seaside, water, and sun. This is Angel, and Eric and I want you to join us on our second annual trip to Mexico. This time, we're going to the Dream Sand Resort and Spa in Cancun. You'll get a full week of sea, pool, and ultimate luxury. The trip is April 25th through May 2nd, and the best part, only $1,700 per person. Call Highlands Ranch Travel to book your trip with us, 303-791-2311, 303-791-2311, and pack up for your vitamin C.
Random online searching is one way to find a good company, but an even better way is to choose the companies that are listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory. This elite list of companies have one thing in common. They offer extreme customer service. Their customers are bragging about them, and that's what sets them apart. Trust the companies listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory to take care of you. Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. experiencepros.com/directory.
When danger is imminent, will you be prepared? Now many mobile devices can bring you critical information from local sources you trust. With the unique sound and vibration, wireless emergency alerts keep you in the know wherever you are. Learn more at ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Wake up with Randy Corcoran, early mornings at 5 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. It's so nice of you to be joining us today. This is President's Day.
Absolutely. So have you ever used an autoresponder on an email to say, I'm on vacation or I'm out of the office?
Yeah. If you're going to be out of the office, when an email comes in and says, hey, thanks for contacting me. I'm out of the country, but I'll be back here soon.
Which is kind of handy if you're going to be out for a length of time.
Right.
You're not going to be responding to emails. And more so for if you're in a corporation or where you're actually getting a lot of influx of customers or your staff that needs to get in touch with you to know that you're not going to be around. But these days, autoresponder is it's a tool that does far more than just, hey, I'm not going to be in the office for a while. You can actually create a series of personalized automated emails that are sent out when you say, how you say, to who you say. You get to kind of duplicate you without really being there.
Autoresponder has turned into drip campaigns, and that's actually a good thing because if people are contacting you, it's because they want to.
Right.
It's that original opt-in. We found a great article on Constant Contact's blog, and of course, Constant Contact, very famous for their email platform. And so thought we would share with you a couple of different ways that autoresponders are currently being used and maybe inspire you to do something for yourself.
All right. So we found this through Constant Contact, a great little email platform. But for new contacts, sharing the love immediately for your email or for your clients is one of the best ways, offering them those welcome letters or those reminders, an overview of your business, your organization, what they opted into, what they just bought into, using some of the key values that separate you from your competition, staying in front of them with information on your company hours, your contacts, your social media channels. Just here's fun little things rather than giving it to them like all in one big dump of information.
Right.
Short, timely little popcorn little pieces that give them the information in smaller spurts that they're more likely to read on their phone.
And that's just the beginning. How about building trust through a series of educational little popcorn pieces, if you will? Our friend Faith at What Would Faith Do is the first one that comes to mind with that, because you can get your daily dose of faith.
Daily ounce of faith by signing up for her newsletter. So every day, through What Would Faith Do, you can sign up at whatwouldfaithdo.com. We're talking about building up that self-talk and having a lot more, just control over your thoughts becoming your words, becoming your actions. But what about this? What if you were into kind of the health craze and something alongside? We just had Terry Fox from Artesian Spring Oriental Medicine. He could send out some weekly healthy recipe tips, different herbs to try, different maybe yoga or what did he say? Some exercise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sending out weekly tips to improve your health and well-being. If you're a coach, a business coach, obviously you're going to have tons of benefits that you could send out. Just here's just a little daily tip, motivation, quote, inspiration, something you could easily add to your day. Marketing consultants could add a list of social media don'ts. We always think about, here's things you can do,
right?
But here, even
sometimes you learn more by what not to do.
What not to do.
Absolutely. You can also build credibility by showcasing your success or the success of your clients. Why not put out an autoresponder that highlights individual customers of yours, of course, with their permission, showing your step-by-step approach and how you deliver that great experience.
Sal's got power partners, joint venture vendor, relationships to highlight other people that you use and that you recommend in the marketplace. They could add, bring in some of their own tips, but you're highlighting somebody else. It doesn't always have to be buy me, notice so far, none of this has been buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. You're building that relationship. You're staying in front of them. You're staying top of mind. And the nice thing with, if you've got a targeted list, you can actually personalize it. If you've got, you can segregate, kind of divide your data list. These are men, these are women, these are cat lovers, these are dog lovers, these are hot, these are cold. And so the messaging that you can send to them it doesn't have to be one size fits all. It can be personalized.
And do that like with a series of videos. How cool would that be?
Absolutely. Turn your customers into repeat buyers. So, you could send tips on, if we're talking about Terry and maybe some new yoga poses, but then information about registering for the next class or a workshop on that. You've been sending ideas for them, if you're in marketing, business tips, but even details. Here's how we can schedule a coaching call with you. Anything that I think a big piece of why marketing is ineffective for people, whether it's email marketing, social media marketing, advertising.
It's all about sell.
It's just selling. Yeah. So putting change in your pocket, adding value, giving before you're asking to get something. And those auto responders, those emails, this drip campaign is an element of give.
That's right.
And of course, now they're thinking about you when it's time for their moment of pain, when it's time for them to refer.
People do business with people that they know, like, and trust, and it's tip of mind. So there you go. Thanks to Miranda Paquette for writing this article on the blog at constantcontact.com about email autoresponder ideas. Now, folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Highlands Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Highlands Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
The doctor called and you could use a little more vitamin C. I'm talking ocean, seaside, water, and sun. This is Angel, and Eric and I want you to join us on our second annual trip to Mexico. This time, we're going to the Dream Sand Resort and Spa in Cancun. You'll get a full week of sea, pool, and ultimate luxury. The trip is April 25th through May 2nd, and the best part, only $1,700 per person. Call Highlands Ranch Travel to book your trip with us. 303-791-2311. 303-791-2311. And pack up for your vitamin C.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
You need more customers, and you need to keep the ones you already have. List that Save My Business is your answer to gaining and retaining clients without cold calling or chasing cold leads. Do business with people who like you and who already trust you. Lists That Save My Business is the book with easy-to-use checklists to bring more of the right customers into your sales process. Buy your copy of Lists That Save My Business from Amazon.com. These lists will save your business. Buy your copy of Lists That Save My Business today and grow your business the Experience Pros way.
I'm John Walsh. I'm Ed Smart. When a child is abducted, time is critical. That's why Amber Alert is so important. The public is notified when a child is abducted.
It's a partnership between broadcasters, law enforcement, transportation, and you.
Thanks for making Amber Alert happen.
It's time for What's Going On with Jim Smith. The following discussion will cover general financial topics. It is not meant to provide individual advice, nor is it meant to provide specific recommendations with regard to products or strategies. General tax information may be discussed, but it is not meant to be tax or legal advice. The listeners should consult their own financial, tax, and legal advisors regarding their particular situation. James Smith is a licensed financial professional who is appointed by multiple companies to sell insurance and financial products. However, the views expressed during this discussion are solely his own or the views of the hosts of the Experience Pros radio show. Not all products and or features, if discussed, including benefits and riders, may be available in all states. James Smith offers securities as a registered representative of Pruco Securities, LLC, Pruco member SIPC. And now it's time for What's Going On with Jim Smith on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We do have Jim Smith in the studio today, and we are so happy that you are here, Jim. What are we talking about today?
Greetings on President's Day. What an awesome day to be in Colorado. Beautiful day outside, sunshiny, 70 degrees.
Jim, are you in the same studio we are?
Wait a minute. Anyway, it's still good to be here on President's Day. That's for sure.
Right? At least that.
Hey, one of the things I want to start with today, every time on one of these segments, I'm going to give you, you're calling them Jimisms, or it's going to come from something that I've read or something that's motivational, a motivational moment. But today, on President's Day, Abraham Lincoln said, you cannot establish security on borrowed money. You cannot keep out of trouble by spending more than you earn.
Yeah, that's debt.
That's good advice from our president, Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
Can't keep out of trouble by spending more than we earn. Okay, but saving smartly, it's hard.
It is hard.
Jim.
Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start one segment. We'll probably end up talking about this further in another segment because there's so much here. We can't get through it all in just this short segment. We're going to talk about annuities. If you want to put a group of advisors in the room and you want to divide the room very quickly, tell them we're going to talk about their opinion on annuities and watch the room divide. It's amazing.
Okay, why? I mean, why are there two completely different sides in your realm?
You know, I think it's just because there's just a strong opinion. And what I want to do is not get right in the middle and be political here on President's Day.
Right.
What I want to do is make sure that people do have an understanding about what is an annuity. Is it a good investment? That type of thing. So let's just talk about that a little bit.
All right.
Because a lot of people say, I've got an opinion, my brother-in-law said, or I heard on TV, or I saw online that annuities are either good or bad.
Yeah, right.
So let's talk about what they are.
Okay.
Basically, an annuity is a contract with an insurance company where there's investments inside that contract utilized primarily for tax deferral or income, and we'll talk about that in a second.
All right.
So it's basically a contract with an insurance company that has investments inside of it.
Okay, but it's different than like a mutual fund.
It is different. It looks a lot like a mutual fund's brother, but it's not an actual mutual fund. It's a mirror fund. We call them units. But they're inside of that contract utilized for growth and for future income.
Are there fees associated with annuities?
That's usually where the dividing line comes up. Someone says, hey, I talked to my brother-in-law, or my mother had one, and what about the fees? They're just huge. There are just so many fees involved. Well, fees, in my opinion, as an advisor, must be in context relative to the value that you get for it. If I pay so much for something and I don't get value for it, it's not worth it. Number two, I believe that a lot of times people are confused because fees are not fully disclosed. You find it in the fine print and it comes up on your statement. It's very frustrating.
You bet. I would be really upset if to see it after the fact, that you sold me something, but you didn't disclose that there were fees.
So there are fees, and nearly everything that you invest in has some form of fees. So it's got to be relative to the investment or the value, and they also have to be fully disclosed. That's very important.
Okay, so at this juncture, I think that it's important to give our listeners some contact information because, Jim, you are a professional. You've got a team of professionals standing right ready right now to answer the phone and help anybody who has any questions. The contact information for you, please.
720-356-6474, 720-356-6474. And you can reach me at james.smith@prudential.com.
james.smith@prudential.com.
A whole team ready to answer your annuity and all other financial questions as well. Okay, so should anybody be investing in annuities,
really good
buying
question.
annuities?
Who should be buying? It depends. And it sounds like I'm getting out of it, but we're such a fully disclosed company here. I actually, in the middle of an annuity discussion, need to put one more disclosure on that annuities are sold by Prudential, but they are sold by Pruco Life, except in New York, and they are offered by Pruco Life Insurance in New York by Pruco Life Insurance of New Jersey. So if you're in New York City, it's a different scenario, but most of our clients are here in Colorado.
All right.
But why I had to say that was, yes, let's fully disclose that we do provide annuities as one of the solutions. The main thing that I believe you have to do is understand the reason why you're even looking at an annuity contract. Who should buy them? Are they right for everyone? The answer is no. Okay. They are not right for everyone. There are two main reasons why people should look at annuity contracts.
Okay.
Number one, if they have tax deferral needs, meaning all of their investments are causing them annual taxes.
All right.
That they need to defer some of those taxes down the road.
Okay.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, their tax bracket's too high. They're paying too much in taxes now.
Maybe too much of the dividends coming in are being taxed.
So we want to spread that out.
Absolutely.
What's the other reason?
Control it. The second one, and this is the most important one, is if you're needing to set up income, guaranteed income for the future, an annuity might be the right contract for you. So income and tax deferral. I like to say if your outcome is income, an annuity could be right for you.
Could be. Oh, and I really like that because, as we talk about retirement and end of career planning, if you know what your fixed income will be,
correct,
then you can actually make some plans.
You can, especially at least for part of it. Maybe I don't want to have all of my income set up where I know exactly what it's going to be in the future. You guys are way too young for this, but do you remember when most companies provided a pension?
Of course.
Sure.
Right?
Grandparents had that, yeah.
Yeah. Most companies don't anymore. Very few do. So this is a way to allow you to have a self-pension, where you can determine exactly what it's going to be out in the future.
Jim, can I have an annuity and my Roth IRA and my 401k? I mean, can I have it all doing different things and different, so later on in life that's all going to do different things for me?
You can. And I think the best strategy for retirement, which is our subject next week, is retirement, is to have a well-diversified portfolio, well-diversified vehicles to provide for different needs during the retirement stage of your life.
I think the best strategy for anyone is to know Jim Smith and his team of folks over at Prudential. 720-356-6474. Again, 720-356-6474, or drop them any of your questions at james.smith@prudential.com.
Well, and Jim, you started it saying, this is a lengthy conversation. There's a lot of moving parts to this.
It is.
But any questions or even opinions that you already have about annuities and questions about it, that whole tax deferral thing, does that fit in with where you're at right now? Give Jim or anyone on his team a call at 720-356-6474. Again, 720-356-6474.
And you started off this segment with the Jimism of the day by quoting Abraham Lincoln. I also know an Abraham Lincoln quote.
Oh, you do?
I do. I saw this on the internet. It says the problem with quotes found on the internet is that they're often not true. Abe said that.
Abraham Lincoln said that about the
about the internet.
About the internet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me close out today with some do's and don'ts.
Oh, please.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, do investigate before you buy.
Yes.
Do investigate. Number two, don't get your information only online. Use both annuities and regular investment. Don't get your information only online.
Yes.
Thirdly, don't get your information from people who only sell one kind of strategy. Get your information from people who are experts in annuities and traditional strategies.
Yeah, you need a well-rounded.
That's
If they only sell annuities, of course they're going to say.
They're going to push their product,
Okay,
right?
That makes sense.
Thomas Jefferson said, never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. My last one of the day, let's make sure we're getting good, viable information from people that know what they're talking about.
Jim, how long have you been in the industry?
17 years.
Jim knows what he's talking about. Get good information from our friend Jim Smith, 720-356-6474. And next week, our topic?
We're going to talk about various retirement strategies, and it may take us a couple of weeks. But retirement, you were talking today about people living too long. When I was driving in, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to eat Vaseline or eggs, but I heard a lot of stuff today.
Right?
We're going to need more money for sure.
Right. We are living longer. We need more money, better planning.
Here's what Abe Lincoln really did say. I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. I'm so glad that you are friends to everybody.
My privilege to be you guys' friends and all the
Absolutely.
listening audience.
Folks, don't go anywhere. We come back. More positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank, your bank. 303-322-7919 or replinlawgroup.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in, all your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
There's only one place on the dial for you to share your stories of great customer service, and that's Fan Braggin' Friday on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Every Friday, the phone lines are open for you to call and tell the world who's getting it right in business. Call 855-FAN-BRAG and change the way people treat people in business. You can post your stories every day on the Experience Pros Facebook page and call in on Fridays for Fan Braggin' Friday at 855-326-2724. 855-FAN-BRAG. Tell Eric and Angel, and then tell the world about Fan Braggin' Friday.
Did you know that each and every day, 21 United States veterans commit suicide? Last year, active duty suicides surpassed the number of combat deaths. When soldiers come home, and they're often plagued with disabilities, such as immobility, PTSD, or a traumatic brain injury. You can help by donating to Freedom Service Dogs. This nonprofit rescues dogs from local shelters and trains them to become service dogs for these heroes. Help give back to those who have given so much. Donate now at freedomservicedogs.org.
Ken Clark, today at 1 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, you do. All right. So this weekend, you kind of did a little cleanse.
It wasn't a cleanse. It was a purge.
Okay, a purge. A purge is
Yeah.
a cleanse.
Right.
Is your apartment cleaner?
My apartment is amazing. My son Sterling, who is going to spend the next couple of months with me, came to me earlier last week and said, "Hey, Pops,
Your place is a mess."
right?
And then we've known that.
What do
We've
you
known
think?
that for years.
Can we kind of
That's so funny
clean this up and organize it?
that your son
My
is like,
son.
Dad, can you clean your room?
Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah. So I didn't know if he was like serious or not or whatever. So I said, yeah, sure. No big deal. Oh my gosh. I should have taken before pictures.
You should have,
But I
because he did kind of let me watch by sending me some pictures.
Right.
But only like after pictures.
After
and so I can only assume it looked horrible beforehand, but I don't have.
My place is starting to look like a hotel room, and I'm digging it because like a suite. Because it's clean and it's organized, and that's the cool thing. And he's a guy, much like yourself, Angel, who will not judge, right? He's just going to go through and say, all right, let's see. All right, do you like this? Are you keeping this? Here, this will explain everything.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I have a front closet that when you walk
Like a
into
coat closet?
a coat closet, right? Okay. And
Were there any coats in it?
Oh my gosh, so many.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you're
But
using
in
it for the
addition
right
to that,
thing.
we have banners from Lists That Saved My Life, and banners from some old banners that we used to have, because I don't throw stuff away. And there's like, I don't know, 3 feet of CDs in there.
CDs, like music?
Yeah. And he says, Pops, can I go in and start in the closet? And I said, yeah. And he says, what do you want to do with those CDs? I said, but what? And he says, well, what are you going to do with these CDs?
What'd you do with them?
We donated them.
Yeah, you could download them all. Put them in your little.
Oh, yeah, that takes forever. No,
you just donated them.
I
because
haven't.
they're old.
They're 5 years in that
And
closet.
if
I've
you-
never ever pulled one out to go listen to it.
And
I donated them. Right?
I'm so proud of you.
Right. And then you go one step further, and there's this bag that's been sitting in my in the corner of near my dining room table, in the corner, away from everything, for years. And I unzipped it, and you know what's in there? Magic, because I used to be a magician.
Yeah.
He says, "Well, what are you going to do with that?"
Right. You haven't used it in more than 5 years.
Got rid of it.
Because, just because, how long have you been in your apartment? 5 years?
I have.
Right. And so you've had it for 5 years, but it was in storage 5 years before that.
Yeah, right.
So you got rid of it.
Got rid of it.
You didn't let me watch.
I'm telling you now.
Now I have been I've been waiting
you know what?
for
No,
this day.
There's on my deck,
Because
right
you have
on the
been
balcony.
holding on to stuff
I
you
know.
won't look at
I
for
know.
years. Okay, so
On my balcony.
Okay.
There's a couple of things. First of all, I moved in from the balcony that cooler that you lent me a long
I
time
didn't
ago.
loan it to you.
Well, you left
You
it.
never returned
You
it
left
when
it.
we took it to an event
Right.
in
So
July.
it's by my front door waiting for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys that I know. If he has something of yours, you will never see it
I'm going to
again.
let you clean my grill.
I don't want to clean your
Yeah, you
grill.
can come clean. You come over to my
I don't want to clean your
balcony
grill.
and you can clean my grill.
What in any of this
Here's why you want to.
you hear that I want to
This
clean
is
your
why you
grill?
want to, because just behind door number 1, on the balcony, I have an extra storage closet in
Right.
there.
Okay.
Is 10 feet of other magic stuff that needs to be cleaned through and sorted and purged and thrown away.
Are you telling me I have to clean your grill in order to come watch you throw that away?
You don't have to, but you can come over and watch and
Oh no, I'm
participate.
just going to watch.
Right?
All right, fabulous. My parents are going through kind of something like what you're going through, sort of exactly the same but totally different.
Mental pause?
They moved out of their home 2 years ago and have had a lot of their stuff in storage as they were going to move into their new retirement
Right.
home. And they still haven't moved into retirement home, but they're going through. They have all
Are
this
they living on the
stuff.
streets?
They just moved into an apartment a couple weeks ago.
Good.
Brought all their stuff out of storage that has been there for 2 years.
I've got a love seat if they'd like.
2 years. I think you got it from them.
I did.
Didn't you? You're going
I
to return
did.
it back to them?
I would be happy to.
You know what? You totally should.
I should.
But they have all this stuff that has been in boxes for 2 years. And so, of course, haven't used it, haven't needed it, haven't touched it. Even if you kind of sort of think you might use it, you figured you can get along without it.
Right.
Now, 2 years later. But Mom wants to go through every box and see what's in it just in case there's something that she needs. And I don't think she's ready to purge yet. Like, you have to be so in the zone,
yeah.
right?
And that's literally what I was in this. So we started off this segment by saying I don't want to do it.
Well, here's another purge that we need to be doing. Eric's doing his apartment. I have a room of the month that I do at my house. So each month is a room. February,
I would run out of rooms before I ran out of months.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You start over. So this month is home office, your taxes and your filing system, and getting that all set up. So all your receipts for you, that's your mail and paperwork for you, Eric.
Receipts?
But here's another thing that we need to be doing, and that is a technology cleanse.
What?
A cleanse of your technology.
The only kind of cleanse I've ever heard of includes barium and maple syrup.
So I had an issue over the weekend that my Word document, apparently my Word stuff, I have too much in my Word files.
You have too many words?
Apparently, and it was sending me messages, and then it wouldn't let me save, and my auto, like all this stuff, and it was time for a cleanse.
Oh.
It is time for a technology cleanse, and the first way to cleanse is to turn off your devices. Turn off the internet, turn off the incoming.
People do that for Lent sometimes.
Yeah, and give yourself a little space to work in.
How about that?
Make sure your backups are in place, your data's all filed away, that old files are out so that you make room for the new files. And just kind of go through your computer, your smartphones, get rid of apps, get rid of music, get rid of movies, get rid of books, like files and pictures and old stuff. You don't need it. It's cluttering your life. It's taking up too much space. It's slowing you down. Get rid of it.
I donated 2 large 55-gallon bags of clothes.
Nice.
I donated
Doesn't it feel good?
2 very large file cabinet boxes of books.
You're gonna spend time, and you're just gonna have to put it on the schedule. You're just gonna have to calendar it, turn all the incoming off, and just dedicate some time to where you're cleaning out and getting rid of. And you start. It's refreshing.
It's so cool.
It's a clean slate. It feels amazing. You never want to do it, but I promise you, once it's done, you will love it.
And I do.
And invite people to watch who
right?
kind of get into that.
And cooking is really cool because there's the clean surfaces and stuff. Not that my surfaces were dirty, but just cluttered. Yeah.
Right. To have now your whole countertop where you can prepare your meals.
Right.
Doesn't it feel good?
It really does.
Well, I'm so
thanks.
proud of you.
Thanks
What?
to
And so it was
Sterling. Yeah, my son Sterling.
I gotta find out what his secret was because I've been begging for years.
I know. I don't know. You just got to be in the right place. Either that or you're going to want your son to move on. Just saying.
Isn't it nice having a roomie?
You know, today it is.
Nice. And remember this moment.
Because it's just a moment. All right. We have to say goodbye for today, but the good news is we'll be back tomorrow with more positive business talk. So on behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we want to extend our thanks to you. You really are our reason why, and we'll come back and celebrate you and all the best in business again tomorrow.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.